a lot of our prospects right now are people who I want to keep. Although.
However. Hello and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Blue Jays. I'm your host, Adam Peddle.
And I am your host, Nick. And today we're going to be chatting with you guys about some rumors that we heard. Some stuff that's going around right now that is literally not verified by anyone.
Nope.
But we're going to talk about it anyways. And that is the possible trade for Bryan Reynolds, the outfielder on Pittsburgh. So, we're going to be chatting to you about whether this would be a good idea, how much this would cost for the Blue Jays. Do we even need Bryan Reynolds? But first, Adam, how about you give us a little background knowledge on who is Bryan Reynolds?
All right, so for those casual Blue Jays fans out there that don't really know Bryan Reynolds, last year he made his debut as a 25-year-old. In 491 at-bats, he hit .314. On base was .377 slugging. On base is .377. Slugging is .503. And his OPS is .880. And just put this into perspective, his expected batting average is top 7% in the league at .294.
Yeah, I noticed that, eh?
And for those, just to give it a little comparison, he's very similar comparisons to the way he hits the ball to Bo Bichette.
Yeah, exactly. And you look at that .314 average and you're thinking, well, is all of this luck? Like, this is a rookie. But that expected batting average, to me anyways, says, no, it is not luck. In fact, there is a lot of skill there. And there is a lot of skill there. When you're looking at his expected slugging, that's way above average. When you're looking at his hard hit rate, that was very good. His WOBA was very good. Like, everything about this guy just speaks to the fact that he will be a very good top of the order sort of player because he didn't put up the crazy production stats, but that's okay because this guy was getting on base like all the time.
And he's also on a weaker Pittsburgh offense, but he just had Josh Bell, so the production numbers aren't going to be as inflated as someone who's going to be batting on Houston or batting on New York.
Yeah. But to get 83 runs in your rookie season.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing. That's incredible because you also have that Josh Bell breakout year last year, so that's going to really help you.
Yeah, of course.
And so this guy, Bryan Reynolds, he's an outfielder, and as Jays, you may wonder, we lost Jose Bautista, we lost all these outfielders, we lost Kevin Pillar. Outfield depth is very, very shallow. You have people like Fisher and, Hernandez has been struggling. And so we really need someone to solidify that outfield. So a trade for Bryan Reynolds, that would make sense, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, well, I know that me and you have talked a lot about what our needs as a team is, and it seems like our biggest strength right now is the depth and the potential of the infield. But yeah, you're right. The outfield is a little shoddy right now, and having another young guy who can really assist in the batting average, and if you guys paid attention to our last video where we touched on will the Blue Jays have a top 10 offense, we discussed that our biggest problem literally is batting average
and Ks.
And to have a guy who can really help us in that regard, I think that this guy would be a pretty good addition to the Blue Jays team.
Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think maybe this is a doable trade? Because let's think about this. Let's think about this. Bryan Reynolds, if I have Bryan Reynolds on my team, there is no way I'm giving him up. But dumb trades have happened in the past.
Well, they have. Pittsburgh is no rookie to the dumb trades. We were talking before. We were going to touch on the Garrett Cole thing and the Chris Archer trade that they made, and we could go into depth about that. But I want to put this in perspective for you guys. It's like, I don't think this trade is gonna happen just because, this is literally as if someone was trying to trade for Bo Bichette for us. If Bo Bichette played a whole year and put up the numbers that he was putting up for a whole year.
Yeah.
And, That's a big no.
Yeah, especially with Pittsburgh, they got people like Kevin Newman and you got what's his name, Colin Moran starting to hit and turn around. Like you have people and Josh Bell.
Yeah,
so you're starting to get the pieces. All they really need is now just a couple more hitters, and then you need some solidify that starting rotation.
Well, and the thing about this guy too is like he's cheap. He's really cheap, like for the next several years, he's going to be pre-arbitration. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it basically means he's going to be getting paid almost nothing.
Yeah.
And for a guy who's putting up $314, that is literally awesome. So
yeah, he has the exact same contract that Vlad's got right now. So
yeah,
definitely we have a bunch of guys that are on that contract, and we need that so that we can then buy some big pieces later. So let's just have fun with this.
Yeah, like hypothetically, what it would cost and everything.
What would it cost to get this guy? And I have a few guys that I'm like, oh, well, looking at previous trades that Pittsburgh has accepted in the past, like maybe we'll offer these guys, and this is what maybe they need.
I think the biggest piece, if we were to offer up a trade here, would have to be like an A-lister prospect, basically. And that's tough because who are our best prospects right now? We got Nate Pearson, not trading him. He's a stow. We have Jordan Groshans, who I'm going to come back to actually, because I might say a little thing controversial. We got Simeon Woods Richardson. I love this guy. I did a lot of background research on this guy today. Really good pitcher, 19 years old. He looks nice. We want to hold on to those pitchers.
Yeah.
It's tough, man, because like a lot of our prospects right now are people who I want to keep. However, there might be one or two names here that I would be willing to get rid of. Do you have any names that you'd be willing to get rid of?
The one that you were going to go back to. I would love to see this guy play, but if we're trading for Bryan Reynolds, right, and he's going to play in the outfield, and you got Gurriel and you got Grichuk there. Now, you're moving Vladdy over to first base.
Right.
You need someone to play third base.
Yeah.
And that would be this guy, Jordan Groshans. Now, if we... The whole plan or hypothetical plan was, that a lot of people are speculating. So we put Groshans there, and then we have Austin Martin come up and play in the outfield.
Outfield, yeah. So he would be doing this Bryan Reynolds role.
He'd be doing the Bryan Reynolds role.
Right.
But now that we have Bryan Reynolds, well, Austin Martin and Vanderbilt, which actually Bryan Reynolds played in Vanderbilt.
Went there, yeah.
Bryan Reynolds would be playing the outfield, and Austin Martin would be playing at third base, because in Vanderbilt, he played a lot of third base.
Yeah, I actually did a little chart here. Like, if we were to get rid of Groshans, like, this is what we would be looking at.
Yeah.
And I really like you guys can't see this, but, like, the way that it, looks out, like...
Reynolds, Grichuk, Gurriel, Martin, Bo, Biggio, Vlad, and then...
and then we, Jansen and McGuire, and then, we got Tellez or whoever at DH, right? So if
that's pretty nice.
Yeah, if we did have to give up Groshans to acquire what I'm thinking to be is almost a sure thing now, it's like I'm so down for that because this guy has proven over the course of a whole season that he's capable of performing at a big league level, which Groshans has not done.
And he's 25, right? He's close to his full potential, right? So I honestly would love that. If we're talking top 10 offense, this guy would help us be a top 10 offense.
Agreed, bro. And it's it couldn't just be Groshans. We'd probably I was looking. We'd probably need to toss on an outfielder who can play right now, like a Hernandez, like
a Derek Fisher if they're trying to shoot some darts.
Yeah, somebody like that. And then we might need one or two other B or C prospects to get the deal done. And I would be so down if that was the trade.
And here's the thing, they need pitching badly, right? So if we have someone like a Trent Thornton or Ryan Barucki, who they've traded for these higher 4 ERA, low 5 ERA guys that have just had a couple exposures, and they take the chances with them. So Ryan Barucki or a Trent Thornton, and I know we like Anthony Kay, but you could even toss to Anthony Kay. We haven't really invested too much.
I'd be okay with giving up maybe one of those guys.
Yeah, one of those
because
guys.
I don't want to lose all my stakes because obviously pitching is a problem that we are running into right now.
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying I was looking at some of our prospects and Alek Manoah, another great pitching prospect, ranked 4th right now in the Blue Jays system. And then you do have the Simeon Woods Richardson, and I was looking at some videos of this kid, and he looks like a great rotational guy that's going to be coming up when we're making that push. So I don't want to have a trade that involves either of those two guys, but this other guy, how do I say this name? Orelvis Martinez, 18 years old, shortstop, apparently very good.
Yeah.
We could move him. We could move Alejandro Kirk, a catcher. We can move him. You know?
And like I have another guy. Like if we don't need any more outfielders. Like if we're getting Bryan Reynolds, we can literally move Griffin Conine.
Yeah.
Who's our literally top outfield prospect, expected to play in 2021.
Yeah, and I think realistically, I think what the point that we're like, I think we're both saying the same thing, which is like,
toss him, get him.
if we could acquire this guy by giving up hitting prospects, give them all.
Give
them
away.
all.
We have our prospects up. They're good, and now like if we need anyone, we'll have the cap space to sign them.
Exactly. The only person who I'd say do not move is Austin Martin, Nate Pearson, and this Simeon Woods Richardson guy. And I would say hold on to those guys. But everyone else, in my opinion, to get Bryan Reynolds, a cheap on-base specialist, make the trade, Blue Jays. Make it freaking well happen.
Yeah, make it happen, guys. What do you guys think? You guys want Bryan Reynolds? You can look up his stats. They're pretty good.
They are like really good. It's like I want this guy. I want to see the reports, man. I so badly want to see. It's like I'm praying to the Blue Jays gods.
They've made an offer.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. It's like Bryan Reynolds is coming to play for the Blue Jays. Like I don't even know. Like okay, we're stretching this video right now, but it's like I actually kind of want to talk. Like where would he bat?
Oh, he'd probably bat
like leadoff
second
or
leadoff. You got Bo, either him or Bo.
Yeah, exactly. But then where would Biggio bat?
Biggio, here's the beautiful thing about Biggio. It's like he doesn't, so far he hasn't proven the great average, but his on base is unreal. So you can either put him in maybe in a cleanup spot, or you can put him in the bottom of the order to turn the lineup over. Now.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, I think depends on like what Biggio does this season.
Exactly.
And we see the statistics. Like if he comes out with the pop that I think everyone is like, we know that he has the pop. Then like he could definitely be in that like cleanup role. But if not, then he'd be a great guy to turn over that lineup and then get Bryan Reynolds, who does have a hard hit rate and a great average. Get this guy some RBIs because he's more than capable.
Oh, that'd be so good.
That would literally be like we need to redo our top 10 offense. I still don't think they'd be there, but like I'd want to redo it anyways. Maybe they'll be like 12th or something.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, I want that. I want that.
But yeah, guys, like literally let us know if you want this guy. The answer is yes, you do. You can check us out on our YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Breaker, and what is the other one?
Radio Public.
Radio freaking Public. Man, Radio Public, this is no like discredit to you. Your name is just so hard for me to remember. But I will get back to you on that. Radio Public. Thank you so much for watching.
And go, Jays, go.